There has come a very unique explanation recently for why Joe Biden is saying and doing the very weird, obviously dementia-riddled things that he is doing. Apparently, it's not dementia. It's not Alzheimer's. No, 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 no. He has a stutter that he's had his whole life. And because he is on the debate stage, we are just now seeing it. Even though there exists videos going decades back of him speaking for long periods of time, and this was never a thing. But ignore that. Ignore that. It's obviously a stutter. Look, Democrats, I know that you're in full-blown cover mode. I get that. I don't think I've ever seen a party this desperate to hide something that they knew was going on. Granted, I've seen a lot of shit from the Republicans, but I don't think I've ever seen them trying to cover up something this big from one of their primary candidates, or for a candidate that is probably going to end up winning the presidential nomination. If the person who is running for president has dementia or Alzheimer's, that's kind of a big thing, and the voting public would really appreciate knowing that, and you being honest about it. You can't hide it forever. You can hide it amongst your own party. The Republicans are not going to hold back against you. I'm sorry, that's reality. You can tell your own party, don't say a goddamn word about it, hide it any way you can, lie and say it's a fucking stutter, which is one of the goddamn stupidest things I've ever heard. But the Republicans are not under your umbrella. They can do whatever the fuck they want, and they will use this. As the days and weeks go on, I am more and more convinced that this is a 2004 situation or a 2012 situation where the party going up against the incumbent is throwing out someone they have absolutely no belief in winning the presidential election will happen, and then come 2020 they're going to present their preferred candidate. Again, I have no clue who that would be in the Democrats right now, but 4 years is a long, interesting time. But of all the lies, why a stutter? And how have you gotten everyone so universally behind that? I know that you're the party that believes multiple personality syndrome is a sexual orientation or a gender, however you want to phrase it. And yes, that is a real thing. Look up an interview from or a panel that was done at Games Done Quickly. It was either at 2019 or just happened recently, where one of the panelists sexually identified as plural. This is the society that they have created. So I know that everything can be explained away as some sort of condition that we must feel bad about, and we must do whatever we can to accommodate them, rather than say, no, you're just crazy, you need some help. But this is levels of strange that I didn't even think could come from the Democrats. Why a stutter? And why has everyone so willingly gone along with it? Is it that you just don't want to face reality that you would be electing a man with dementia? We all acknowledge these days that Ronald Reagan, during his second term, had dementia of some level. We don't know the full extent, and we don't know how long he had it. But at the very least, during his second term, he had it. Pretty sure it was after he got elected is when he started having dementia. There is some talk that it could have been before that, but at the very, very least, after he got elected for a second term, he had dementia, and that's pretty much a universal agreed upon. So why are you in such full-blown denial now? Why are you trotting out this poor, brain-melted man, putting him everywhere, making him talk, making him do everything when you aren't intentionally hiding him so that the public can't see how bad he is? When you have to know that he is this bad. The YouTuber Shoe on Head has said, somewhat jokingly, that this is elder abuse, and I actually kind of agree with that. The Democrats know for a fact, they have to know for a fact, that Joe Biden has dementia. And if they don't know this, then there is something very wrong with them in general. And that they're still throwing this man out rather than letting him get the help that he needs. That seems like the classic definition of elder abuse. Because I can guarantee you, Joe doesn't even know enough to know that he's running, let alone want to run of his own accord. He is being thrown out there. I just don't know what to make of this situation. Why are you lying about something like this? Why are you saying it's a fucking stutter of all things? How did you convince everyone to go along with that? Just so many people are bending over backwards, twisting themselves into knots to try and justify that this is a stutter, when people with eyes and ears can tell you, no. I know it's a desperation move. I know that you don't want to see a populist go up against a populist, because then that defeats your corporatism as well. You gotta face facts, Democrats. You need to let your populist wave hit and let that happen. You need to let your Tea Party moment happen. The Republicans had that happen to them. They were in a shit spot for a little bit afterwards, but then they regrouped and came back stronger than they've ever been. And that is what will happen with you if you let your party naturally have its break, its revolt, its come to God moment, so to speak, etc. That you are fighting it this hard means it's only going to get worse, and it may take longer to fix itself, to the point where you might start worrying that you cannot win the 2024 election because you're forcing a party that absolutely hates itself to stay unified. In some ways, I feel bad for Joe Biden. I really do. It seems like he doesn't know that he's here. He doesn't want to be here, but he's being forced to be here by a party that has no other choice. And on the other hand, I'm not sorry, because I'm not sure if it's him that's doing this, or if it's the party that's doing this. That they've made Beto O'Rourke the effectively Secretary of Gun Control. Well, that's gonna be fun. You've guaranteed you ain't winning the South. I just really don't know what the hell is going on anymore. And it's so weird that people have gathered around this lie. I've seen demented lies. I've seen people in denial before, but this is new levels. Democrats, please. I'm begging you, because I don't want a one-party system. I want a viable, well, several party, but at the very least two-party system. You need to get your shit in order. You need to stop living in denial. You need to just accept reality and then better yourselves. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for you to go away. I'm not asking for you to die. Maybe the party structure as is die and then rebirths itself. But as it is right now, you are hurting yourselves more than you are helping yourselves by living in denial, by lying, by doing all of these things that the average voter sees. You're causing more harm than you are helping. You need to stop. You need to stop abusing poor old Joe Biden. Again, let me flip a coin on how I feel about Joe Biden. And you need to just let your own party revolt and your rejoin and remerge happen, you will get better from it. I promise you. Maybe then you would actually start winning shit. Strange concept, I know. I really don't want a supermajority Republicans. Any party having a supermajority scares the shit out of me. I don't want the Republicans to be that. I really don't. I want actual parties. I want differences between the parties. I want there to have to be concessions on both sides. I want a democracy to work in that it provides viable options rather than, well, I hate this one less, so I guess I'll go with them. Please. Stop the lies, stop the denial, fix your shit. That's all I'm asking. It's not that hard. Just stop forcing it and let it happen. And that's why I'm going to jail in California. It's been Math Machine. Really regretting that last joke, but I could not help myself. Peace out.